Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another exciting episode of Veni, Vidi, Vici, our playthrough in Field of Glory Empires. So far things are going okay. We won a small war with Carthage, secured Sicily, and we're now actually having a much harder time securing the north against the Celtic, Etruscan, and Gallic tribes here. Welcome everyone. So we've got Rome in its glorious empire state. Problem being that at this point, there's very little we can do to stop the buildup of the decadence. That status age penalty is just going to keep going up. We can kind of control the nation size and the structures. And the national modifiers, wow, that's huge actually. That's like 100%. Is that right? Yeah, decadence gain further increased by 90% right now. That's what that national modifiers is. Where exactly is all that coming? I know we got 10% from here. 35% from here. That's 45. There's 55%. Let's see. Oh, a golden age. That's right. We're in a golden age, which I believe... Yeah, culture, taxation, bonus XP. Decadence from conquest reduced by 75%, but I thought Golden Age also gave you a bunch more extra legacy points. Maybe not. And we need more military experience. We're trying to build some military buildings. All right, so let's focus on a little bit of internal development while we try to figure out what to do with these armies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we lost a lot of freaking legions. Let's see if we can we build legions up here, or will they always build in the capital? That's what I'm about to find out. Let's just build one more for now. We'll have to do the thing where we take turns attacking the Etruscans so they have no time to recover. Because that rough terrain penalty here is just brutal. It's forest, which isn't as bad as the marsh that we were going into before, but still. They do also have a decent-sized garrison there. And they have a pretty big army. It's not good, but it's big. Oh, and here's the other key. They've got a 2 defense general. That's a big part of it. A 2 defense general is considerably better than a 1. Now... the Roman legions took the brunt of those things, so they're just going to have to hang out here as long as they've got, yes, they've got at least 50. Now, where are the areas with low loyalty? Because this has got to be this one here. Yep, okay. And a lot of this is the problem with, we've got to deal with our ethnicity situation. If we can convert them to italic, I believe we'll have less of a problem. But the other problems are going to go away here. This is a pacification period. It says it's occupied? Huh. I thought we won the war against the Celts. Or no, sorry, it was the Boii, whatever. The Celts are still up here. We ended the war against the Celts, right? We want... movement, political overlay. Yeah, the Etruscans are the only ones we're at war with right now. Orange is a neutral nation. Green are your own territory, whereas blue is your allies. So if orange is neutral, what are these other people that are just no-colored? That's an interesting question. Anyway, let's focus on checking out our building situations. We're looking for any place where the ethnicity is a problem. I'm going to try to shuffle around until I can get a cultural building, like a religious building that increases conversion. I did look that up yesterday. We were wondering if there's at any point... Okay, here, look, somebody did convert. It's a very low percent chance by default. It's like 4% or something chance to convert. But that's why you need the buildings that increase your conversion. Like, is the cultural site here one of them? Yeah, conversion bonus 5% of current rate. But that suggests it went up from like 4% to like 4.25% or something. Which is not a huge bonus, like, but, okay. Crafter district. You know how much we like these crafter districts. They give us money for very little, you know, we just have to pay for that infrastructure upgrade, but brickwork there won't be useful until we get stone. Over on this side, we've got a bunch of green options. Irrigation gives us a food bonus. This could be a sort of food nexus for the region. That's a pretty good deal. And I think part of the problem is we need a little bit more there. What about this? That's not a cultural thing. Training ground. We do need more military stuff too, though. And I'm hesitant to rapidly grow our population, because that makes unrest a bigger and bigger problem. Let's do the training ground. Let's get our military expertise up. We know that that's something that we can control and that will help us out a lot. Skirmishers, tavern. Not enough bonuses to really be interested in. We're missing bonus 7 from coal. A lot of these are missing bonuses. There's no cattle nearby for this smokehouse. We do need, that's what we need. We need a trade hub in the north, is what we need now. I was going to probably make it Genoa. What are the different, let's look at the trade map mode here. Genoa's already got a strong foundation. It's got 4 here. Horses, wool, coal, and copper. We've got iron, wool, horses, and flax here. And Arnis here also. But I think, you know, just for the sake of easy remembrance, we might make it. We've got this space down here, which obviously is a big trade hub. Focusing on commerce bonuses and things like that. Alright, so what else can we build? Military. Ceramics works. We don't have gold, glass, or dyes, but we do have marble, which gives us quite a bit. And apparently we don't have ceramics anywhere, so maybe this is a good option. Ooh, but a street parlor is also very good because papyrus is already present. Let's take advantage of that. Tools manufacture. You know, we keep saying we want this in a position... Well, it's a slot 0, though. It doesn't use any slots, but it does have a lot of upkeep. But we know tools are necessary. Eight infrastructure if it's built near lead, tin, or copper, though. And we know that we've got lead and copper in the Empire, so let's wait for that. Now, probably don't need a loyalty bonus here. Aqueduct, or... Yeah, let's build wool. We actually don't have a lot of sources nearby here. Liguria is further up, I think. Is that... Yeah, that's actually Genoa, basically. Alright, so that's all of the buildings taken care of. Let's take the Roman army and bring it back here. Because, remember, we have a master armor smith here. And if they stay there, they get upgraded to better defensive values. No, you know what? Defensive values don't matter. We're on the attack. So let's just keep them up there. They'll recuperate up there. We'll bring more legions up to support them. We'll split it in 2 and attack the Etruscans one after another. Is that a raid that just came in through Liguria? I think it was. Ooh. We're still in the top area there. We're going to be very concerned when we start falling down these ranks. And we're doing really well in the legacy ranking. I'm just concerned that we peak too soon. Alright, they've almost fully recovered here. I thought we queued up more than one. And I guess the answer was when you have a province, they always get built in the province capital. Let's get 2 more. Who are these guys? Oh, Massalia, they're allied with me. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? We have the money. We've got 800 income right now. Let's just go for it. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we've got a core of each army having 8 legions. And then we'll split the rest of this up. We actually need a few more Alay, and we don't need the Illyrian skirmishers, though. We kind of want those medium infantry, though. But are the Italian foot better? Or are the Italian allies better? The Italian allies appear to be better. They're 4, 4, 3, 2, range defense 5. Yeah, the Italian foot just aren't that great. They're cheaper for sure, but we don't need to worry about cheap. So we'll do that. We're running out of equipment here. We can't really build much more, but okay. We've got these slingers, combat power 4. My velites are just better. I don't think I even want these guys. Except they are veterans. They have experience. Maybe I just wait for them to die. I don't think that's good, though. I think the velites are just going to be better. So we're going to disband these. No, hang on. Split. And disband this army here. And this we're going to split up. It's going to take the velites and a couple cavalry. And then maybe 1 more velites. We're going to take these, split them up, and bring them over here. And merge it with the new armies that we're creating over there. And that will hopefully be enough to deal with these Etruscans. All right. This is for Eternus. See, conversion bonus 10% is good. Ethnicity is 100% italic, though, so we don't care about this so much here. A dyeing mill. See, that's... Oh, this one can be imported from the Balearic Islands. So this one won't cost that much, and it will give us a lot of money. Okay, yeah, we do need dye. We're not producing it anywhere in the Empire. So that's good. We could produce olive oil with an oil mill. We are already producing it in the Empire in a couple places. Gymnasium's kind of meh. It does give manpower, actually. That's nothing to sneeze at. Produces coal. Coal is already produced pretty close. Ooh, a delicacy shop. It needs honey, which we can get from Sicilia. And it doesn't produce anything, though. It would only produce money. That's not great. We don't need the loyalty bonus here. I guess we'll get the gymnasium, then. Get that manpower. Oh, we need a stone. Physician house. A little bit of extra food here wouldn't go awry. A harbor adds siege resistance, and Sicily is, you know, kind of on its own. Ooh. But we've already got papyrus here, so the street parlor is very efficient. Let's take advantage of that. Meanwhile, in the north, we're going to want to look towards military buildings. Especially ones that add siege resist. Ooh, clay pit. Clannis is right nearby, though, so that's not super useful. I don't know that the weapons depot is one that we want. Let's get the crafter district up there. And then... Ooh, this one has hit hard by a lack of food from these issues here. Oh no, is this permanently occupied because of some bug? says duration 1, but it didn't go away. Dang it. I didn't want to click on that. Clay pit. Oh, we need to produce cattle in the north, so let's produce it there. Why not? Ooh, a large quarry. Gives a bunch of bonus infrastructure and money. We would get even more if we had sulfur. Doesn't use a slot at all. Because we've already got a slot building that. So that's the net, because we've already got a regular quarry, which is 13 infrastructure. So this is going to upgrade that to give us 19 infrastructure and an extra 2 money without really changing anything else. So that seems like a good pick. Wow, there's a lot of buildings to be built here. This costs a lot in upkeep, gives you a lot of food. And then Rome itself. The Eternal City, weapons manufacturer, huge amount of equipment production. And we could get the iron from a nearby source, so that seems like a good pick. All right. Carthage conquered Cyrenaica, which was the seat of power of the Garamantes. Oh, Carthage is getting bigger. Damn it, all of our objectives want us to go over here to the west, but Massalia is our friend, and we're going to have to run into Massalia if we want to do that. Wait a minute. They're actually in the north here. And then there's one in Tunis. It's trying to put us into a fight with Carthage. I really hope that the Venice thing goes away. That should not say occupied anymore. I think that's a bug, though. Oh! Uh-oh. The Etruscans left their area to attack us. Well, that's going to go badly. Yeah, those... Oof. I didn't actually anticipate them coming down. So they attacked the garrison there. But then our troops showed up. This'll probably go badly, though. Youch! Yeah, it did. Because that troop had no heavy infantry. It was supposed to meet up with the heavy infantry. Oh, no. I actually didn't expect them to be on the attack. That's the WeGo system, though. You gotta be careful moving your troops around without escort like that. I just got bit. We lost a progress token because of... Is it gonna be you wanting stupid foot troops? No, they want Sicilian slingers, and they're willing to give me money and metal for it. Okay. I think I'm gonna be going to fight them, so we're gonna reject that alliance. Alright. Why are there... What is this split off for? Oh, that was also supposed to go meet over there. So now here's the thing. If I go over here with everybody... Let's merge these two armies and then go over here. Let's just build more... Damn it, I didn't want to have to do this, but okay. So we've got a core of the Legion troops here. We'll get... And what do we determine? The allies are just superior to the foot troops, right? Range defense 5, siege value 1. Range defense 3, siege value 1. Flanking modifier 1. These guys don't have a flanking modifier, but that just means we need some cavalry to go with them. What is this other thing they have? Provincial. That doesn't make them very special. It's just that these guys are more expensive. So we've got that. Let's get 2 more of these allies just so we have a little bit more heavy infantry on the front, and then we get a lot of velites. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that we can cover the entire front line with velites. then I don't know if there's a reason to get light cavalry over medium cavalry. So let's get medium cavalry. Those are skirmishers. And then we'll get 2 heavy cavalry just because these guys aren't skirmishers. That's the main difference. But it's like you're paying through the nose for these guys, and they don't seem that much better than the medium cavalry. They're a little bit better. But the flanking modifier on the medium cavalry is so much better. Range defense is a little bit... No, it's the same. I don't... We'll try putting the heavy cavalry in there and see if we can figure out what they do. But, yeah. One of Rome's historical superpowers, if you could call it that, was the ability to take a punch and keep fighting. Like, if you consider, in ancient times, usually a decisive battle would just end a war. But Rome, for example, in the Second Punic War, they lost several decisive battles and just raised more armies to keep fighting Hannibal over and over again. So we got a draw fighting the garrison. Ugh. This is going to win, though. We have to. There we go. We won the battle. Alright, so we've almost got the Etruscans knocked out. The new army will try to come up and crush the Etruscans now. Oh boy, we're slipping down that CDR ranking. Oh boy. Yeah, we secured a trade deal. You don't need to tell me. I wish they'd stop telling me that we secured a trade deal. Like, I agreed to it last turn. I know that we did. Alright, transaction. They want me... They will relinquish an objective on us if we do all this other stuff, and I'm just going to say no. The Etruscans want peace. They'll take a humiliation as long as we don't take their stuff. The answer to that is definitely no. Now, let's check this again. Damn it, this thing is still going to be permanently penalized the entire game, I think. And maybe pacification goes away. But it says it's blockaded. Is there really a navy over there? Do the Boii still exist? Let's send the navy to go find out. I don't know. We have a small navy here. I don't really know what it is. It's a bunch of light warships that need a general. I don't know if this has a general. These don't have a general either. We'll give them just a 1-0 with a bonus to movement. What we need down here is the 2-1 general with a bonus movement. So he can go take on these guys right now. Oops. And we don't have a general here either. The generals all died on us, I think. 1-1 with a slight bonus in open terrain. Sure. The treasury's plundered. We gained 15 money. They didn't have a very big treasury. General's retired. New mansion. The governor of Lucania seems to live a life of luxury. Fantastic. That's down here. Campania, Lucania. So yeah, corrupt governor. Fantastic. See, this one still says it's occupied too. I wonder if that's... Maybe the Boii still exist somehow. And they're on boats. Oh! They do still exist. They're way up there. Okay, so that's not a bug at all. Cede the regions you control to me, and we can have peace. Huh. We're fighting alone. We have allies or vassals. Clauses and war score. I can't demand all that. We're not neighbors. Shouldn't there be a percentage of this that has to do with how much I've conquered them? I guess we just gotta wait, because I'm not giving these up. But anyway, I wish I didn't have to close the stupid diplomacy window. Okay. What do we got here? Pleasure Mansion. You know we don't need that loyalty that badly, do we? No, not if we have to pay through the nose for the money. What's their situation? Their health bonus is pretty good. I don't want them to grow exponentially. So let's just build a weapons depot here. Equipment stockpile is added. That's good. Plus 30. We do like having extra equipment, especially in the north. Well, actually, this is our main province here. Siege resist 1 is always good. Umbria. Lots of slots in Umbria still. A copper works. Gives us metal. Oh boy, we are desperately in need of metal, actually. We may have built too many heavy infantry. We're going to build some solid walls here in Etna because they only cost a little bit of infrastructure. What's the alternative? We get stone. Ideally, we want stone in that center region so it can act as a bonus for all the brickworks in the other regions. That's a really good combo, I think. And Genoa needs stone. This is going to be our crafting area, so we definitely need a crafter district. Up here, a wheelworks would help. We're very low on everything. And this place is starving. Alright. So, we're leaving that army there. What's our loyalty situation here? It's really bad. So, we're going to leave the army here for now. They're not going to recuperate, but they won't get worse. We're hoping the Etruscans hide in their capital. They're waiting for a reply from our... Okay. Frontage is 14. This is a nice, big, open area here in the plains. Our legions are best in the plains. So this should be a no-brainer. Easy result. Look at that. We only got a few things tired. They got huge... Okay, wow. They've got... Oh, the Palace Guards. We're fighting their capital now. So this is their elite troops. But they don't have too many of those, I don't think. Oof, we lost that one hard. We got an advantage here. And we can take advantage of it. There we go. That's just basic Etruscan heavy infantry. Another advantage. Come on, let's see a collapse somewhere. We both have good generals, so it's hard to get a decisive advantage if we both have good generals. Here's one, though. Booyah. We have so many troops, we can't even get... Ooh, that was enough to kill them, huh? We can't even get a flanking situation here. Ooh. Ouch, those palace guards hit us hard, but we didn't die. There we go, crushed them. And we only need 2 advantage here. Dang it. Again, we only need to get +2. Oh, they managed to take some. I think this is going to be a draw. Ooh, maybe not with that. Yeah, got him. That was close, though. And then... Yes, we found the stupid ships here. Did we win? Haha, we sunk them. Booyah. I wonder if ships have metal upkeep, and that's one of the reasons we're having such a big problem here. Huh. Intrinsic production. I guess everybody gets some intrinsic production of metal. We are running away with the game until we collapse into civil war. Nope. Epirus is asking for another transaction, and it's going to be for my stupid troops. That shouldn't happen so damn often. It's annoying. It doesn't really add anything to the game, even. This doesn't show upkeep, does it? Just food usage. But let's disband this fleet just to save us some money or whatever. Whatever else it upkeeps. The objective region, Pattis, has been conquered. We got a new general. Another general retired. We received a progress token. We can get up to fight them if we get, like, the ability to... What's our current distant with them? Like, can we just march through their territory? Nope. That won't work. How can we get military access? Is that possible? I don't think a cooperation treaty accounts. Do we have to declare war on the Rati in order to go and kill the final little province of the Boii? Huh. They actually are interested in being a client state, huh? Very small number, but can't hurt, I guess. If we could get them and Dalmatia to be a client state, it would certainly shore up the defenses on our eastern flank there. Relative combat power. Let's see. Try it. Who knows? Right now, though, all of these things are still considered war-occupied. And this one's considered besieged? Who the hell is this? Hellenic Independent Army? They've invaded our region from Etasis? What do you mean from Etasis? Where the hell is Etasis? From the region itself. That's interesting. Well, our army should be able to crush those rebels, even though it's a little bit tired. And the Illyrian skirmishers are actually quite good. They're very similar to our Velites, actually. They're better than our Velites now that I look at it. Alright, so that region here is being pacified, just conquered. Actually, it's not being pacified. But these are going to decay. Well, the major corn law is actually a good bonus, but the culture penalty's down. This is going to go after 3 turns. So the just conquered penalty is the biggest penalty here, but a major land tax the Etruscans put into place before we got here is still causing unrest. So we'll have to leave the army here just in case for a little bit longer. I think that's our only loyalty problems. Yeah, that purple one is the biggest loyalty problem. The light green, not so bad. This area here. The Etruscan army disbanded completely while retreating. Yeah, this is under pacification. I wonder what the difference between under pacification and just conquered is. I think it's just conquered, then it evolves into under pacification. It's like a stepping stone down, because the loyalty penalty for just conquered is a good bit higher. It's like double. Okay. So, let's see if there's any buildings we can build. And this is in the south there. Stone is already available right next door. They do need the health bonus from this aqueduct. But we also need the metal. Ugh. Including a bonus from iron. Alright, we'll build the metal. Coastal fortress in the south wouldn't be awful. Seaward protection. Siege resist 4. That's huge. Produce pottery. The closest is Latium. Ooh, but marble gives us a lot of extra infrastructure. Let's do that. Land expansion. Almost always a good idea. But we also need that extra culture. Especially because I think culture increases your chance to convert. I think. Hey, here we go. Culture bonus. Damn, I thought that said conversion bonus for a second. But we're going to still do it. We do need conversion bonuses here in this. We're not running out of slots, so I'm going to keep building things that make sense. Lumber and stone appear to be a lot of bonus buildings, or bonus buildings need those things. Preserved food store. 21% is pretty good. We've already got a lot of horses. Let's just do an archery range, get us a little bit closer to our 4-to-1 ratio. We're 3-to-1 right now, 3.32 to 1 right now. Ah, that's right. Potus needs something. Oh, definitely public works. All right. Now, maybe over time we'll just be able to force that treaty on the Boii. Oh, we found... The rebels went south. Damn it. So Rome actually is probably going to win this, though. Those independent rebels, no match for our pitchfork urban militia. Which is interesting. They're clumsy. I wonder what the clumsy rating is. Because they're on bad... Oh, I bet they're... Because they're on bad terrain. They're in marsh. So... Oh, wow. Destroyed. They don't even get to roll during... Oh, that's the power of flanking, is the enemy doesn't get to roll. The clumsy penalty has got to be a result of... There we go. Heavy infantry. That specific heavy infantry in the marshy terrain. Oh, that was Xenophon? Wow. I don't think that was the Xenophon. Seems unlikely. That was a Xenophon. It's very different. Where are you? 10th? 10th is a good place to be. Yeah, I know. I don't even know where these guys are. Up in the northern here. They want Sicilian slingers. Provincial. They're going to give us a lot of money. And metal. We do need metal. Because we're currently going down in metal. Let's check out these Sicilian slingers real quick. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong place. What is the provincial unit for northern Italy here? Oh, I wish... Oh, it's Cisalpine Cavalry. So let's see what Cisalpine Cavalry is. They're provincial, yes. So they're medium cavalry. They're skirmishers. Slightly heavier version of light cavalry, blah, blah, blah. So it's a 3-2 instead of regular medium cavalry, which is a 3-3, I thought. Oh, regular cavalry is a 2-2. And this is a 3-2. They lose some speed compared to the latter brethren, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, the Cisalpine cavalry is just flat out better than our regular cavalry. So whenever we build new legions in the future, we should take that into account. But let's check out the Sicilian slingers. Oops. So our current velites, which is I think the equivalent, maybe not. They are mountain men. They get a bonus to their attack and defense in rough and mountainous terrain. But their combat value is normally a 2/2, so they're a 3/3 in the mountains. Rough and mountains. Oops, let me turn that off. Ooh, they're good skirmishers. We knew that, though. Velites, I think, are the same. So they are better in forest and rough terrain, and they only get an attack bonus, whereas these guys get an attack and defense bonus in rough and mountainous terrain. They're a 2/2 with 1 hit point. 6/4 ranged attack. These guys are a 2/2 5/3. They actually do seem like they might be a little bit better. They have a better ranged attack. Okay, okay. I can see how it's slightly better. Why is this food usage? Okay, I don't know why when these things are unsupplied or why. All right, what's next here? Ooh, a cultural site. I mean, it's not great because we don't need the conversion here, but is there something better? A harbor imports some hemp and gives us shipyard level 1 for building ships. Lift fog of war in adjacent sea areas. You know, we should have that in the not the Turanian. Turanian's on the left. What is it? Adriatic, in the Adriatic. We should know what's going on our coasts here. It seems important. Meanwhile, produces wax, which we don't apparently have in the Empire. But a weapons manufacturer would also not be bad. A salt marsh producing salt. Interesting. But man, a weapons manufacturer would take so long. It does produce a lot of equipment, but without that coal bonus, it probably isn't worth all that time spent. The wax workshop seems valuable because we don't have it anywhere else. So I think we're going to choose that there. Ah, a palisade. Perfect. This is our bulwark. These 3 areas here are our fallback line. If something horrible goes wrong, we want these to be very strong. A builder hall. A tannery. Hey, we don't have leather anywhere in the Empire, so definitely get that leather. Especially because it's adjacent to a lot of things, so any leather bonuses would be good there. Same reason we might want this harbor. A basilica. Gives a loyalty bonus and culture. But we'd be importing frankincense. I don't know what the heck frankincense is, but we could be doing it. Sanitation situation is 13%. It's actually lower than I'd prefer, so let's get that first and foremost. Ooh, this down here doesn't look good. Why is the loyalty bonus so bad there? Because they're in unrest, yes. And infuriated slaves. Slavers. Oh, we did all those things where we freed the slaves, and so the slave market is upset down here. I can see why. I can see why. Let's send some of those citizens down here to help with the loyalty situation. We're building a monument, which will kind of help with the loyalty situation, but we need more buildings that just flat out give us loyalty. Ugh, still 6% chance of revolt. Let's send one of the armies down there. I hope that army doesn't get destroyed, but I don't think there's any enemies that have ships anymore. We destroyed the navy of these guys, so we should be okay. Speaking of them, let's see if they're more willing to accommodate a peace now. Oh, okay. Well, that changed a lot. War duration went up a little bit. Okay, whatever. We'll definitely make sure they... Oh, those are relinquish objectives. Those are useless. We don't want ring language objective. We want seed areas. That's why it's very expensive. But the war duration went to 75%. I wonder if that just keeps going up over time and we'll eventually be able to force them to a treaty. Because asking for all of these provinces, which we should definitely be able to get, if their last area was anywhere near us, we'd just be able to crush them. But it's just going to cause some unrest in those areas until we force a real peace. There's battles going on elsewhere in the world. We should actually take a look at the world in a second and see what's going on. Carthage is actually pretty high up on points, so is Ptolemaic Egypt and Morea. Who's near us here? Glorious monarchy, tribal chiefdom, stable empire. The Antigonids are the only other tier 3 that I see here. Yeah, everybody else is smallish. Monarchy is a tier 2, I believe. But what that means, what are these guys here? The Morea. They've got that elephant-looking thing. They're an old monarchy. That's not good for them. They want those Sicilian slingers, but they want us to pay for them. That's a no. These guys want peace. What are their clauses? They'll just give us metal for peace? No, thank you. Ooh, we're in a new war. We're helping Massalia against the Lestanii. I mean, I guess we are. So we're at war against the Lestanii and still the Boii. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing those correctly, by the way. It's a complete crapshoot. I wonder if I should just go conquer these 3 areas. Just because they're completely empty. They're Celtic. It's going to cause problems. The Rati did not want to be a client state. The Celts are... Oh, man, they're doing raids again. The local forces crush them, which is good. Oh, no. Now there's religious unrest down here, too? Infuriated slaves, religious trouble. Yeah, I'm glad we're sending that army down. A builder hall. I think we got to do that. Manpower goes down, though. I have a feeling that we've got a problem with infrastructure. At least we will soon enough, because we've got buildings that just keep taking up slots. Oh, a school upgrade from whatever we've got there. Decadence reduction, sure. Should we send our army to go help against the Lestanii? Would we just wind up taking it over by mistake? No, we're going to leave the army here. Ah, this needs a palisade. Perfect, that's just what I was hoping to find there. And a palisade here would be good too. Any of those northern border regions I want to have at least a palisade on. Trading post. Gambling ring. This has actually got a low loyalty at this point. It's just gotten so big. A gambling ring will keep people distracted, so let's do that. Same here, we need loyalty. Oh, pleasure house, I guess. Let's do a land expansion, it'll give us more options. Oh, Oration Tribune is a government building. Those are good. Because our decisions sometimes... Ooh, we didn't do the Marian reform, but we can do it now because we have enough money. So progressively reform, we gain 100. This one, we gain only 50 legacy points, but each provincial capital gains a free legion camp, which seems very, very valuable. But they will all they'll lose some experience. Let's do it. Let's get those free camps. I think I like that option. Because I think right now I can't build legions in the north, and I think it's because I'm lacking a specific building. It's in the capital. Oh, wrong area. There we go. Not military academy. Is it this one? No. It was a building we started with. This, Campus Martius, unlocks the Legion. It's a world wonder, though. Like, so we can only build legions in Rome. At least that appears to be the case. But that decision seemed to imply that the provincial capitals get a free legion camp, which means at the very least Sicily and Italia Inferior and Cisalpania can all build the new legions. That's my hope. Oh, the Etruscans are up here now. They popped up again in an independent area. They just don't give up. They used to be over here, and now they're gone. Okay, let's look at buildings. Did we do all of them? Nope, there's a couple more here. This is Campania. We want anything that gives us more... Ooh, a caravan house gives a commerce bonus, which we like because we are building this as a trade hub. Okay. All right, next. We'll check and see if we can get the Boii to agree to a peace in a couple more turns. Right now, it's not super useful. I have a feeling we're going to keep sliding down that CDR scale, though. We're still in a golden age. I haven't seen anybody chatting today. Dalmatia emissaries have reached us with a proposal for a transaction. They'll relinquish their objective against us here. They'll give me 150 metal, which is actually kind of good, because we're minus 25 metal still. How did that go up so much? Didn't seem like it used to be that way, but okay. These guys want peace, but again, they're not going to give me what... Yeah, no, reject. Goodbye. These guys want peace, but we're probably going to want to advance into that area and take it soon. Merchants and patricians, change our recruitment policy. We could get a bunch of extra metal this way, but we're already over our cap, so if we execute that decision, then we will just lose a lot of it to wastage. So merchants and patricians, that's the one. We could sell the metal, but no, we definitely don't want to do that. Until we can figure out how to get enough buildings. So Rome has reformed its rapidly. Its war machine is now fielding Marian legions. So let's take a quick look. Provincial capital includes this thing here. So a legion camp will unlock legion Marians. It's not a world wonder. So now maybe we can continue to build these in other places. That's what suggests to me. And Republican Legion recruitment manpower bonus. Republican Legion complete. I guess that's just the name of the bonus. %, modifiers from structures. It's happening right there, yeah. So let's take a quick look at what the difference is between these new legions. Ooh, they look cooler. Wow! 15, has that always been the case? But 6.5 is about the same as they were before. I think they were also a 6.5 ranged attack and defense. These seem pretty much the same. They still get the same penalty there. Do we have regular legions still in our armies? They all converted, didn't they? I just don't see a huge difference. There must be something, though. I wish I could go back and see what the other... It might be that ranged attack and defense values went up, because siege value was definitely... Oh, effectiveness is 3 instead of 2. I'm pretty sure the effectiveness used to be 2. Flanking modifier probably was still 1. Anyway, so combat value is nice and high. Alright, so we've got our... Oh, jeez, the Rome fleet here. It's finally... I don't know, why did it go out into the Ionian Sea? Why didn't... Well, it's faster, I guess, to go from, like, here, 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 here. But, yeah, they've been out of supply for a while, so they've been taking some hits. Either way, the loyalty here is still very low because of this religious trouble and unrest and stuff. Let's see what the situation is here now. Oh, we're rejecting their peace. That's right. I remember now. Now, there's another piece. Somebody told me there was a war weariness. There it is. Low war weariness. That drags things on, and it gets worse and worse over time. I think it might increase decadence at some point. So the culture bonus might be the thing that really helps us with legacy there. Decadence from conquest reduced. See, I don't know what decadence you get from conquest. I know when your nation gets bigger, that increases the amount of decadence per turn, but maybe when you conquer something, it spreads some decadence out from that too. We slipped another place here. Now, one of the things that the manual sort of talks about is you don't even have to still be in the game to win at the end. Your empire could have been completely crushed, but if you gained enough legacy points during the middle part of the game, then, no, I'm not doing any of those. The peace treaty between us has ended. Yeah, I know, but it's not there anymore, is it? It's finally back home. Oh, but it can't heal up over here because it's not loyal enough. Damn. That's awful. And that's the region capital, too. Like, let's just stabilize this growth. Is this growth in 2030? Oh, okay, because it's redistributing it through the population. That's right. Corn law and health regulations. So corn law... We get a 5 loyalty bonus for 15 turns and 1 extra citizen. Oh, the capital region is the only one that gets the loyalty. All citizens in your capital province gets 15 loyalty, but the elite are displeased. Lower cultural generation. Meh. Youth region with at least 1 health building will get a 5% health bonus for 20 turns. Aqueducts might be built. Each region in your nation with... What does it mean, at most 1 health building? If you only have 1 health building or less, that must be what it means. Yeah, if you have 0 or 1 health buildings, then this... Let's take a look at how many regions that applies to. Ooh, okay. We do want to free some slaves. If a region has a government building, it has a 50% chance of returning to a quieter state of unrest, or a 50% chance of converting a single slave to a citizen. Regions with a slave market lose the loyalty, that's fine. Each region with slaves bordering your nation has a 33% chance. Yeah, we want the freedmen laws, I think. But improving slave rights isn't terrible either. Their base unrest penalty is permanently reduced by 1. 25% chance per slave. We have been building those government and science buildings for this purpose. We're going to free some slaves. What were we thinking about next? Hey, they're 44% italic now, so Erix has slowly been converting people. That's good. And I think it was this cultural site that really gave us the boost. That must be not 5% of current rate. That must add to it. So it went from 4 to 9, not 4 to 4.4. 4.2 or whatever it would be. Can't be the case, I don't think. All right, this is finally leveled off. because of the major corn law. No, because it's under pacification instead of just conquered. So this is much better. So this is less worrisome. All right, now we got a lot of buildings that can be built now. So this is right in smack dab in the middle. Produces ceramics, which I think we are producing elsewhere, right? Didn't we build a ceramics building somewhere in the Empire? Or we're in the process of building it? Or did we decide against it? Looks like we're not building it up there or down here. Okay, Umbria might be our ceramics area then. Maybe it was that... Oh, they've got gold and dyes. This is a good place for it then. Yeah, that's a lot of money in culture. We are rolling in the money, by the way. Things are going well thus-wise. So a scriptorium costs us a little bit of money, gives us a lot of culture. Luckily, there's some papyrus in range. And we don't need a salt mine in here. What's our situation? Health bonus is okay. Yeah, let's take the scriptorium. I like adding those science buildings. They seem good. Down here, we've got good loyalty. We might not need this monument right now. So maybe the usurer commerce bonus. How much are we making from commerce in this area? 19. I don't think that's enough to be worth the loyalty penalty. So maybe a weapons manufacturer. We're missing the bonus from coal. Brickwork's missing from stone. Wow, we have no cattle production over here. Let's build a ranch, I guess. Oh, the Campania has finally hit their maximum slots. Okay. Oration Tribute is a government building. We do want to make sure there's government buildings in here. That's not super useful. What else do we have? Okay. In the north, we're looking for more military buildings. Perfect. Upgrading a palisade to a city wall. Exactly what we were hoping to see. Training ground isn't a bad idea, but expert stonecutter will help us in the long run. So we'll clear water. We have no health buildings, actually. That's what we were coming to look for, wasn't it? I forgot. Okay, let's do that real quick. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, looks like it's only 3. Or 4. So what is the cost to do that decision? Oh, it's gone now, isn't it? Oh, health regulations, okay. So sanitation works. Each region with the most one health building has a 5% chance per population to receive a new one. In this case, it costs a little bit. So they'll get a free... Yeah, let's just take new health regulations. We don't need to go crazy. Because, yeah, okay, they've got 8 populations. They've got like a 40% chance to get a free health building. But then for 10 turns, they're losing 10% per turn. So I don't see that as a super good deal. All resource bonuses are satisfied here, which is good. How can we import from Umbria? That's so far. Maybe not. But more red buildings, I think, is what I want. And we do need public works. That's like a first thing I want to build to make sure my units can get around. Ooh, furnace. We don't get the 7 bonus, so it's not a great place to build that. Loyalty is fine up here. A warehouse. We don't have a warehouse here in the north. I kind of want it to help our building progression. And we do... Oh, a salt marsh. Swamp draining. We could actually use that. But we have a population of 15. It's already pretty high. I kind of want them city walls. A barracks gives manpower and a manpower bonus of 10%. Yeah, we do want those red buildings if we can get them. Regional roads, though, I think is more important. We got a higher priority there. Over here, no, not a usurer. Iron mine will allow us to export the iron for trade. So let's do that. All right. Next turn, we'll check in with the barbarians we're at war with. Holding strong at a turn 11 here, or rank 11. Which means we're getting kind of, closer to another golden age when this one wears off. Romantes emissaries. I'm just going to ignore those from now on. Unless I need the money, which I definitely don't. Let's build a training ground here because I forgot these guys can actually build us a public works. They can build basic roads. You want me to take our allies' area? I don't think that's a good idea. In fact, let's see if we can talk to them about a transaction. We will... no. There is no relinquish objective. I thought that was the new objective we just gained is owned by Massalia. Right? Yeah, we have an objective there. Oh, it's not relinquish, it's Seed Province. I guess you can't do it with just random allies. You have to do it as part of a war or other transaction, maybe. That is our objective, right? Yeah. I thought that you could relinquish... Like, I've seen trades that included that. Yeah, see, we can... To forfeit a particular region as an objective. This is handy if the goal is to reduce tensions further ahead. So I think... maybe the reason that we can't do it with Massalia yet is that objective just barely started occurring. Like, it's Whoa, Massalia lost their home area. We can actually push west now and take these mountain areas here. And hopefully have Massalia as a nice client state bottleneck in Spain. So we don't have to worry about fighting in Spain. We'll just worry about fighting the Gaul campaign. What could possibly go wrong? Produces fish, which we already have access to. I don't really like any of these choices. Usually when I don't like choices, I go for the health one. Salt mine's not terrible, though. We'll get it available up in the north some more. The capital has a new slot available. Greek Fire Tower is cool. Noble District, no. There's only a few slots left. Let's make sure we find the right one to fit in the capital. Regional roads, yes, definitely. Okay, so how's this situation developing down here? We've still got a huge loyalty problem. Religious trouble. This building is taking absolutely forever. So I think part of the problem is we don't have a lot of infrastructure here in the south, in Sicily. So that's what we need to focus on next. The next buildings we get have to be infrastructure ones down in the south here. It's taking too long to build them. All right, let's jump to the next turn. We're now 20 turns in to our 30-turn run. Each of our games so far, each of our sessions have been 30 turns long. And we're going to focus on a little internal development here in this particular period. Hello, Black Corp. I bought it on sale not too long ago. What you'll want to do is go to the website isthereanydeal.com. And then you can basically sign up with a free account, use a throwaway email if you want. But I use my regular email because you can add games to your wish list and they will send you an email whenever they're on sale anywhere. I actually synced it with my Steam profile so that anytime I add a game on Steam to my Steam wish list, it'll automatically update every day and add that to my what they call the wait list on Is There Any Deal, and then it will tell you, oh hey, it's on sale at Green Man Gaming, or it's on sale at Games Planet US. That is a really good way to wait for games to go on sale, because there's a bunch of stores on there that pretty much every store that is on there is giving you a Steam key. They're selling Steam keys, right? And these are all legit stores, but not like the shitty backhanded key resellers that are screwing over the developers. These are legit ones. Spend money to acquire metal or manpower. Don't need to worry about that. Buy, sell, or disperse slaves. Yeah, let's disperse slaves for sure. Golden Age is over. No! We got a deadly plague in Etruria. And so we lost a population. Oh dear. Yikes. So we actually have way too many people working food here. Put one more down in culture. There we go. Did Rome get to 5,000 culture yet? Oh, wow. It got way past 5,000. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wait a minute. Now the threshold's 10,000. That's interesting. I wonder if it's, as the game goes on, or it's because we're a glorious empire now, the threshold is much higher to get the bonus legacy. Because originally, all we had to do was get to 2,500 legacy to get a +2. Then it said 5,000. Now it says... Oh, maybe it's 5,000 to 15,000. Let me see. Yeah, it must be 5,000 to 15,000. So when we did... So it is based on tier of empire that you're in. Meaning if you haven't seen this before, this is not it. Hold on. I can fix this. There we go. These are the 3 different tiers. Tier 1, Tier 2, and then Tier 3. Right now, we're here. We're in the top tier, Glorious Empire. As opposed to a glorious republic or a glorious monarchy or whatever. They'd use different names for the different types of governments. So tribes have like a chiefdom and then a horde, you know, as they go up in range. So the government type does to sort of matter there, but to change the name. But these are the states. These are the bonuses that apply. And the really interesting thing about this game, and I'll just go over it real quick, is how you advance through this tree is not the same as how you descend. So it's not as simple as... You're young, you go to stable, and then if you're stable, you go to glorious, and if you're glorious, you go to old as you progress, and then as you descend, you go back down the line. No, no, no. That's not how it works. If you're a young empire and you ascend, you go to stable, and then you go to glorious, and then you go up to young at the next tier. But if you're descending, if you are falling down the progression tree, instead of going from stable to young, you go from stable to old. Same thing for glorious. If you're glorious, you don't go back to stable, you go to old. Old has a bunch of penalties that make it even harder to get out of, and then you might descend to decadent, which is even worse. If you do manage to get out of decadent, you go to old, and then you go back to stable, and then you can maybe get to glorious. But if you fall down the progression tree one more time when you're at decadent, this line includes a civil war breaking out. And the same thing happens here. If you fall down the line from young back down to stable on the previous tier, that's also a civil war. So that's a really interesting system that they use to sort of represent how things can get really tricky the bigger you are, the sort of harder they fall situation. All right, so in Sicilia, we're waiting on these to fill out. We do need to take this last piece from Carthage in order to fill out that province, but what are the other province situations here? Province overlay. So Transalpania is this whole thing. I would like to take that whole province, because right now we could have a war with the Aedui and grab these provinces. These three are actually up for grabs right now. They're independent provinces. I just go in and take them. I kind of want to do that while they're still easy to take. I don't have to declare war. I don't have to do anything crazy. I just pacify the local population and deal with the unrest for a little while. Let's see if these guys want some peace yet. The peace will require you to cede the regions that we currently own. Now, hang on. How does this go from 52%? And if I add 22, it drops all the way to 0. Clauses and war scores minus 119. Even though we're only adding minus... Oh, okay. I think I understand now. Because our war score is only 7? How is our war score only 7? That's what's bizarre about this. Base except... It doesn't say anything about how the war score is being calculated. But, like, we conquered 3 of their provinces, and we still occupy them. And they refuse to declare peace. I kind of want to declare war on these guys, just so I can march an army up through here to conquer these guys and force them to a peace. But then I'll own this for no reason. I don't want to own those things. I could make them my client state. Nah, we'll just deal with the occupation penalty until they give in, I guess. It's not that bad. Hopefully, over time, it will just get better. Anyway, I'm not giving them up. That's what it comes down to. So we've got some more buildings we can build in the north here. Let's check out the province infrastructure situations. That's 114. This is 242. So Italia Superior has tons of hammers / building points. Board game video games are pretty good. Did you ever play The Settlers 7? Or... I think it was called The Settlers 7. It was the most recent Settlers game. I know they've got a new one that they're working on, but the most recent Settlers game that Ubisoft put out really, really felt like a board game. Like, it had the same kind of objectives and things that you see in board games that are randomly determined and stuff. It was a really cool idea. I wanted to like it so much, but a lot of it was this little micromanagement stuff that I didn't really like. But it was a very interesting, and I assume it was a very... I even kind of liked the story that they had in there. Was pretty good too. So let's see. In the south here we have room for one more building. Let's see if we can't find a good one. Land expansion. I was thinking we needed something that gives us bonus infrastructure, but that works too. Now we could also just redirect some of the... What's our situation? That's a lot of extra food. That's a lot of extra food. So maybe we take the place that has the most food, like Umbria probably doesn't need that many people on food. We redistribute a little bit to infrastructure. Same thing in down here. Let's find out where we've got extra food and redistribute it to infrastructure. And we've got maybe a little too much culture there, not enough money. This is pretty well balanced here between food and infrastructure. So we got a little extra infrastructure now being built up here because we desperately need it. Our buildings are taking way too long to get done down there. So back up here, we don't need the infrastructure. We do need the metal. We're actually at a plus 11 now, but I wish I could find out where the coal is and build those things only where we got coal. Seed storage, we probably don't need that extra. Ah, I forgot. We want that tier 1 culture building, or government building. Those are very good. I don't like adding that loyalty penalty. I think we're going to have it. We already have a problem with loyalty here. So let's get the fortune teller. That'll help reverse that problem. And then we'll hit end turn, and hopefully we'll see we've conquered that little independent mountainous region here in a second. Because if that mountainous region gets taken over by somebody that was as strong as like the Etruscans were, that's a problem. We don't even need to review that battle. Let's just go. Boom. Now let's see if we can get Massalia to let us retract that objective that we were trying to do on the previous turn. My hypothesis was that you can't retract on the same turn you gain it. It just needs to update it after a turn, so we'll see if that happens. Oh, okay. Loyalty can't recover hit points in regions under 50 loyalty, but they can recover fatigue. That's good to know. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. So grant citizenship to foreigners in your capital region and all regions of the capital province. That's not helpful because they're already all pretty much italic. This can reduce the influx of manpower to the army, though. Each non-main ethnicity citizen in your nation can become one of your main ethnicity with a 25% chance each. Each region with at least one such conversion gets a minus 10 loyalty and minus 20% manpower for 20 turns. That's a lot of turns, but that's at least a 1 in 4 of our ethnic problem will change and disappear. Series of reforms. Government age is reduced by 1/3. This is actually really valuable in our current situation, potentially. But I think the ethnicity problem is a bigger one. These changes touch on many different things. Depending on the administrator, Acumen of the ruler, progress tokens or decadence. I think we got to do this one here. Produce more food or instantly gain food from the land. We don't need that. So let's see. In the north, it's only 40% italic. In our central region, it's 95, 91. So it's really Sicily and Cisalpine that we need to worry about. So it's 40% was up here and 35% down here. Let's see when we go to next turn just how big of an impact that has. Did Carthage just conquer another area? Uh-oh, Carthage usurper. Carthage has fallen into a civil war. Look at that. We need to look at the rest of the Venetii are, and yeah, the Gallic tribes are getting pretty big over here. And they are they're a tier 2, but they're an old age. This one here is a tribal horde. That's tier 1. And I think that's a stable system. What's the situation over here? Tier 2 tribal chiefdom. And what's going on? Egypt! Holy cow! Ptolemaic Egypt is taken over all of the other successor states after Alexander. The Antigonid empires collapsed, basically. These Iranian Persian peoples here are still hanging in there. They look a little bit weaker than they used to be. Parthia has shown up. A bunch of this used to be controlled by the Maurya. I didn't realize this was a $60 game. Did you check and see if it's on Is There Any Deal? Because I got it for $40 not too long ago. I think it's probably over now, but no, it might not be actually. Yeah, you can get it for $25, actually. Here, let me see if I can post this in the live stream chat for you, Black Corp. That's got a link to Games Planet US. Their US store has it 30% off, which is actually $28. The normal price is $40. So you can buy it on Steam directly for $40 if you want, but you can get it on sale there. And it goes on sale for 30% off fairly regularly on a bunch of these different stores. All right, let me pull this back up. There we go. Okay. And we did conquer our little area here. Now wow! These areas are gonna take a long time to build up. Holy cow. And the only option we have is a vineyard for 2 food. Ugh, let's get a brickwork that'll help us build farms faster. Yeah, these independent areas are really tiny. Oh, actually not this one. Holy crap. Oh, because that's Massalia. Massalia has like migrated over here over the years, but that was their city. They were a city-state in Massalia when we first made our little truce with them. But this little tiny little Nicaea is not great. So we'll have to continue to grab. And actually, the Aedui lost a chunk of their little area. So we'll do that. Just grab all those little empire, like neutral areas while they're there and next to us. All right, we finally finished a building here in the south. Can we get another infrastructure building? Perfect. Wheelmaker. That's what we need because they're actually really low on infrastructure. I put a bunch of guys into culture to try to help with the ethnicity thing. There we go. So, okay. We've got the 40% and what, 35% is what we're looking to see here in a second. In the north, a basic farm would probably be good, and it's got bonus resources from the cattle. What does this one need? Right here in the middle of everything. Ooh, a fair has all the bonus resources satisfied. That is a fantastic, fantastic deal. 1 upkeep of infrastructure for 38 money and 5 manpower. No brainer. That's a fantastic way we had that. Ooh, a great military school for Latium itself. It costs a lot of money, but our legacy... Oh, it's a legacy increase of 1 per turn because it's a wonder. It's a national wonder. And it adds an extra wall layer and siege resistance. And more importantly, it increases our leader force pool and our leader quality bonus, which is very good. But holy cow, that's going to take a long time to build. Don't care. National wonder. Let's do it. We're just not going to add any new buildings to the center area so that all 232 get spent on this building here instead of 17, which is currently being spent. That'll speed it up dramatically. So... remember that 40%, 35%. We're hoping to see that go up at least 10% in each area. Thank you, Black Corp. I appreciate the kudos. So we're attacking over here. That should be automatic because they're just little interloper upstart tribes. They're not really organized enough to stop the Roman army. I do like this a lot better than Imperator. I keep going back every couple of months, every 3 or 4 months to Imperator, looking to see, okay, what has the latest patch done, and is there any mod that makes this tolerable? And it really isn't. It just, it needs a pretty big facelift. And they've done some already, but I think it needs more work even than Stellaris did. When Stellaris came out, it's a completely unrecognizable beast from where it is now. The movement and combat systems in Stellaris have completely been overhauled. And the economic and building systems have been completely overhauled. That's like 2/3 of the game has been completely overhauled. And I feel like Imperator needs at least that much work. These guys are still... so this one unfortunately needs a little bit of work because obviously this war score system is newish and it's not working terribly well. Ooh. That might actually work. Have your workers work harder. We don't want the loyalty penalty. We will pay the money to get an extra 3 infrastructure points per population in every region? Yeah, we've got plenty of money to spare. Although our 700 has gone down to plus 347. Did we move that many people around in our population? I don't know. Alright, this is only 13 turns now because a bunch of buildings just finished. So now it's getting more per turn than it used to. Alright, we wanted to check that ethnicity thing. Alright, yeah, we went from 40 to 50. And down here, we went from 35 to 46. So that's going to help considerably. What about the loyalty here is still a problem. We got to stop building buildings in the south until we just build loyalty buildings for this region. Because its population is just too big. And for whatever reason, this one has plenty of loyalty, right? The base loyalty, 155... minus 55, welfare's 22. From regional modifiers. It's because of all these damn things. A part of it is I tried to move the slaves around or free the slaves, and that really did piss them off. Too many citizens. That also made them mad. So yeah, we just need more loyalty buildings. That's all. That'll fix it. No problem. And we'll put the armies in here to... reduce that revolt risk. Gulp. See, part of the revolt risk here is because ethnicity assimilation and region is ongoing unrest. Yeah. So, but if we bring the army in, the martial law will reduce the revolt risk, which is good news for us. All right. We took the Celtic independent area. Rome has granted citizenship to many foreigners. We did that, yep. We received a progress token. We might be golden aging again in a moment. So this is building cattle pens. Good. Very slowly, I might add, but it is building them. Somehow it's still going to have growth in one turn? How? Oh, because their population stockpile is so big. Did they lose a lot of population when we conquered them? Is that possible? That might have happened when you conquer these. Let's take a look. This has population 11. We're about to go in and conquer it. Let's see what the next population is. We're learning all kinds of new things here, because unfortunately this is not quite as polished as a Paradox title. Oh, we're going to win both these fights. Wow, that's a much bigger defensive army, though, because the population was bigger. I think that was, what, 15 or 19 or something in the city-state of Massalia? How is Massalia losing these wars that I'm not even getting dragged into? Theoretically, or maybe they've just been in a long-standing war that I haven't really been paying attention to. We dropped down another few levels on the culture and decadence ranking. Ooh, justice system. I like justice. Up to 2 regions in unrest, revert to a quieter state. That's good. These regions get 2 decadence, which will disappear over time. Or regions of your main ethnicity under revolt will lose some strength as some troublemakers give up the fighting. We'll gain 1 extra turn for each. We'll age 1 extra turn. No, thank you. Each region in unrest has a 20% chance per governmental building to revert to a quieter state. The right of anyone to assassinate the prescribed victims is declared. It's the purge! Justice will be swiftly served, but abuses will be abound. Each region with unrest has a 50% chance to return to a quieter state. Each time it happens, there's a 35% chance to lose a population. No, we'll just take the amnesties here. Let's do that for a little bit. That seems good. Now, how big is this province? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need 6 in order to, or maybe 5 in order to take advantage of the province thing. And the Aedui are the ones that are currently in control of all of this. So we're going to go to war with them next. That's the next target. But before we do that, I want to make sure these regions get some walls, right? So I'm going to try to get them... Ooh, a Legion camp is good too, but not... Well, that does have walls. But they won't produce it at all because they need this. I know under pacification, they're going to go away soon. Just Conquered is also there. But... when they do, we want to make sure they're able to... Yes, perfect. Wheelmaker. It's not ideal, but these areas are seriously underdeveloped. The Romans actually can go in here... Oh, I didn't even have a general? Dang. The Roman legions can march in and will build some basic roads for these guys. That'll give them a little bit more... What does it give them here? Public Works gives 2 infrastructure. It's not a lot, but it's some. And it saves them a little bit of time. All right, turn 104. Going to turn 105. We've got 5 more turns. Then we're going to call it for this morning, and we'll see everybody again tomorrow. It's going to take us a long time to get to 500 years. We're 20% of the way through, and this is what? Part 4. So that suggests that it's going to be a 20-part series if it stays the same. I'm in the process of upgrading my Oculus computer so that I can play Half-Life Alyx in all of its glory. Yeah, dispersing slaves doesn't piss off the slave market, at least. And how many slave markets do we have? I think we have like 3 at this point. We don't have marble, so this is only going to give us 3. That's not a lot. Any of these things have 0 upkeep. A hemp field has 0 upkeep, and it helps us with the food. So we're going to do the hemp field, because anything with a 0 upkeep is almost as good as something with a... And there's also no hemp in the nearby area, so building that is good. And it'll only take 1 turn. So we're going to have the Romans here build public works. That's good. Massalia is an unrest against Rome after how many weeks of trouble? Basically none. What? We just conquered it. There's no trouble here. So this is what we wanted to check. One more thing: diplomacy, transaction. Why can't we relinquish our objective against them? It's not possible to have objectives relinquished by the other nation. Target has no value objective to relinquish. An absorb clause is already added, or all objectives are already requested. None of those apply. Maybe we have to have a cooperation agreement first, but don't we have an alliance with them? Yeah, we have a full alliance with them. I don't know why we're not allowed to ask to say we're going to get rid of this objective. We don't want to fight you. We want to relinquish this objective. And it's odd that an alliance still allows you to have a cooperation agreement also, since an alliance is definitely a better version. That is unusual, but I guess we'll just wait, because these things, if you don't take them, they get reassigned. So our current ones, here, here, and here, I don't want to go deal with Carthage at the moment. We took Sicily, we're fine. Like, that requires me to have a navy constantly, you know, costing me money. I have a navy, but I don't know if it's big enough to really allow me to deal with uprisings and stuff that would happen in Africa. So I'm going west instead, while I'm still a strong land-based power. So there is a minor amnesty supported by local priests, blah, blah, blah. The Hellenic rebels have conquered Chios, which was the seat of power for the Antigonids. Wow, the Antigonids lost their capital and they're gone. It was their last area. Sparta's conquered a bunch of Greece here. I do like just how unstable this game is. Too many games just let you paint the map, and there's no chance of really ever having... And even this one might be too easy to deal with all the decadence. I'm hoping that it's basically inevitable that if Rome gets as big as they did historically, that they definitely will have a civil war. Like, that's what I want out of a game like this. But I want that to apply to everybody, so that it's not something that causes you to go, oh, the game's over. Like, no, everybody's going to have their civil war. They're going to have their uprisings, and you're going to have to either deal with it, or maybe you get knocked down a peg and it becomes a much smaller empire and you have to work your way back up. That is much more interesting than becoming so strong that the last third of the game is just you mopping up the enemies that have no chance of defeating you. Like, that is just boring. Actually, let me look at that a little closer. What other options? We have a slave market up in the north there. How many slave markets do we have? I think it says. We have 4. That allows us to redistribute 4 slave pops each time we get that decision. The other thing that slave markets is where slaves will go when you conquer stuff and get slaves. The problem is the more slave markets you have, the more unrest you get, or rather loyalty penalties you get when people get upset about you freeing the slaves. But I do like freeing the slaves because they free men don't give as much unrest as Non-freemen. Ooh, a farm seems like a good one to get, except the crafter district is available, so we're going to take it. I know, it's not a big boost. It doesn't really do much, but anything that takes up no slots is better in many cases. And we don't need... we kind of need the farm. We'll do the farm. Talk myself right out of it there. This one... We don't have a lot of wool up here. I guess getting one can't hurt. Oops. Hemp field we already determined is nice because it has 0 upkeep. Where are we actually right now? This is northern Italy. Weapons manufacture gives a bonus from coal, so let's do that. We'll get a lot more equipment here in our main central province. Is Rome still working on that other? Yes, let's not build any of those things in Rome because we're still spending all of the... Ooh, we don't need a legion camp. We already have one in the south. Produces cotton. Oh, produces cloth. We already have some nearby. Fortune teller increases loyalty. We have lots of places with horses. I think a physician house. And this is actually part of the main, so we're going to go for a different place. Further south, we already have stone right next door. Street parlor gets a lot of bonuses, and it's a government building, so let's do it. Now, this having a slave market would be interesting. They don't have any slaves here. Very few. So building another slave market, we're going to do it. Scriptorium is the upgraded version, and we're already getting trade here from we're getting papyrus already, so this has very little downside. Now over here, we need infrastructure, not that kind, no. And we need loyalty for this area. Yes. There we go. That'll get us back above 50. At least it'll get us there. This, can we get stone? No. We're going to shuffle through this until we get stone and lumber. Like this having stone and lumber, it can give it as a bonus resource to the other ones. I seem to see that as a bonus resource a lot of the time. Like if this becomes a trade hub, that's the best trade hub for Sicily because then everybody can use it as bonus resources. Now, did this actually already do... No, it's still doing the public works because we haven't finished that. Okay. In the north... Wow, this area has actually got a pretty big population for the lack of buildings that are currently here. A market gives us lots of money. We do like money, but Palisade is going to have to come first. How's our military experience, by the way? We took 3 new areas, so it probably got worse. No, we've been building red buildings too, so 3.4. We want to get up to 4, because that's when we get bonuses from our military expertise. The more of the red buildings that we have, the more our military institutions can last through time, and thus gain us some bonuses in actual combat. Hey, Black Corp, how did you find our channel here? I wonder. You weren't searching for this game, presumably. It just seems so under the radar, and it came out like 10 months ago, almost. I can't believe how long we're sitting here at 4. We need that golden age. Come on. Massalia is proposing a trade deal. I can't relinquish the objective. Damn it. Well, we're just going to reject it then. I don't need your money. I'm not giving up my guys. Ooh. Spend money to make money. I think we're okay. Damn them. They raided us. But we're repelled by the invaders. These guys raided us. But the defense repelled easily because we had a giant army stack there. Of course they easily repelled the invaders. Head down there. This is building the quarry a little bit faster now thanks to the public works. This is going to go away in a couple of turns and then everything will build faster. Over here, The other one's building a quarry. I don't think we need this. Maybe we want stud because we have no horses in the north. Let's do that. And we also know this thing desperately needs food. It's tiny. It needs to grow. Oh, this is the tiniest one. That's right. Hang on. We're building a brickwork. But we don't have stone nearby. So maybe this we do want quarry. It can be imported, but a good bonus resource for the brickwork. So let's do that. It'll make this brickwork much more effective, and we'll get more, you know, faster building buildings here. All right, what else are we doing? What else are we doing? We're not declaring war on the Aedui yet. We need to make sure these get at least some defenses before they get crunched. Population, apparently, by the way, does not go down when you... Structure proposals were reshuffled. Oh, good. We were looking for, well, lumber. Okay, lumber's good. So we have this as a main trade hub, and that gives all of these areas, these actually only 3 areas around it, huh? And we have this as a trade hub. This actually would make a really good trade hub too, and I think we've kind of come full circle on that. Needs copper, produces stone. Oil. Yeah, let's produce oil. A mill gives a loyalty bonus, and lots of food helps us grow. Let's do it. And here, ooh, castrum cataphracte? Castrum cataphracte? This fortified camp, unique in your nation, allows the recruitment of cataphracts and will benefit from the weapon trade good? Oh, okay. So if we build weapons nearby. So this is actually quite cool. Bonus 10 XPs when unit is created. I guess we could specialize the southern tip of Italy in building our heavy cavalry. Alternatively, we have a prison, which gives loyalty bonus and revolt risk goes down and decadence goes down. It just costs us a little money, that's all. That's good too. I wonder what's required in order to see this pop up. Oh. I guess I can thank the YouTube algorithm then. Damn, I can't make this decision. Alright, we'll do it. Southern Italy will be our mustering area for heavy cavalry. And in the north, a large farm, yes. An extra bunch of food, doesn't use up any more slots. I like it. Over here, which is still technically occupied because the other faction refuses to give up. Let's see what they're at now. Will you cede me these regions? Nope, not at all. I think we're just going to be perpetually at war with them until they're conquered by somebody else. Like, they're tiny. Somebody conquer them, and that way I can inherit these. Right? I think that's how it works. Oh, Massalia got back all of that other territory. Damn, I missed my window. I really wanted to grab that region in southern France on the coast and get more of that province while it was not controlled by my ally. I thought that would be good. We're not doing an expedition because we physically can't get there without declaring war in most of these cases. A new golden age. Fantastic. Everything's coming up Millhouse and also Rome. So our status age is 28. We haven't changed that in a bit. And our decadence is slowly climbing as a result. But we've got a lot of culture production to offset it, so that's good. And we need to stay 24 and above in order to keep getting glory. Golden Ages. Ooh, yeah, that's our bulwark right here. This is our secondary line of defense in northern Italy. Yep, large walls. Perfect. So they're building large walls, they're building large walls, and they are building large walls. Who's our Tarcanus? This is the Tarcanus line here. Tarcanus's wall instead of Hadrian's wall. All right, did we get stone? Nope, we're going to keep shuffling that one until we do. We don't need wood cutting. A fortune teller for loyalty bonus. Fantastic. We need a new general for this army before we forget to send it to him. Strategist helps on open terrain. Flanker helps only on open terrain. Tactician is actually best, but... Ooh, a logistician is good too. But we're going to do the strategist here. Defensive bonus on open terrain. And do any of these have a good... Wheelmaker. Perfect. We definitely need more infrastructure production here. We don't need that there. Tools manufacturer. We don't have lead or tin or copper. I just can't justify it. Ooh, a master herbalist. Needs drugs and herbs, so we have to trade for it. That's why it's costing us a lot of money. It's a national wonder, but it doesn't appear to give legacy. Let's ignore that for now. Large walls. I don't like any of these. Let's go again. Actually, large walls don't take up a slot, but they do take up a lot of upkeep, huh? They've got solid walls. That's only a 2, though. Yeah, okay. Does this still have a general? Yeah, that one didn't die. He's actually a siege expert. That's good. Do I still have... Is Carthage not an objective anymore? It's not. Okay. So now, man, these objectives keep pulling me west. But I don't want this. Can we... See, we can get relinquish objective from these guys, but we can't do it from our own ally? That's bizarre. All right. 2 more turns after this, and then we're calling it for today. It's almost lunchtime. Well, it's past lunchtime. This is my method of keeping my weight under control, is I get lost in a 4X game, and then I forget to eat. I feel like Ptolemaic Egypt is going to start catching us in legacy points soon. Though 65 is a really high number. No. Not if you're not paying me. It costs me money to send those troops over. Let's take a look at the legacy situation. We are actually winning, and we have the highest income as well. Yep. Ptolemaic Egypt is next in line. So, you know, if we don't collapse and we just stay where we are, we're doing fine. It just feels way too early for us to be doing as good as we are. I don't know. Maybe we need to be playing at a higher difficulty level. I did put it 1 higher than default. Ooh, that's a lot. Yep, let's get more red buildings. What's our situation now? 3.47. Still creeping up there. We need a lot more red buildings. We don't need another Legion camp up here. We have one already. The market here is okay. Fortune teller to increase loyalty is probably good. But a hemp field, we did know hemp is good because of that whole upkeep 0 thing. Salt house. Blacksmith. Yeah, let's make sure our metal production doesn't get run away with us. Because if we have to produce another whole army, the upkeep is going to kill us on that. This is for which? Right on the coast there, huh? Market's a lot of money. All bonuses satisfied. I love seeing that symbol. But I do like having a government building. Do we have any other government buildings? Street parlors are government buildings, so we can deal with those decisions. Let's get the market. What decisions do we have available? Flooded with coins, we are considering using some of the riches to either acquire metal or manpower. No, we don't need either of those things. We're maxed out. Why are you giving me that option? Yeah, we don't need any of these. They want me to go to these distant lands. I need an academy to get that, huh? Kokon. That's just not going to happen, guys. Sorry. We got a lot of buildings to build right now. All right. Amphitheater. Bunch of extra culture. But we need to get silk. I mean, could this be our secondary cultural center? Growth in 10 turns. 36% is a good amount of health bonus. But Wells gives a food bonus and it's a percentage bonus. Let's do it. We'll make this bigger. Also in here, the Lassen Temple requires coral but gives a lot of food and culture. Are we already... So trading required. Means it'll cost us whatever coral costs. But usually it includes that difference there. But let's take the 5 and 18 culture. That's a good deal. Ooh, a mint. There's a bonus of 18 for silver, and we have a silver somewhere. Ooh, what is this? A large warehouse gives a bunch of infrastructure, but it's considered a commerce building. Oh, it says tier 3 infrastructure building, but it's... Then why is it yellow? That's an interesting issue. We don't need that. We probably do need a farm. We have a lot of people on food that shouldn't be there. Redistribute them a little bit. So down in the south, wow, they don't even have clean water here. Ah, did we finally... I mean, a brickwork only takes 1 turn, so let's do it. But I'm looking for stone in the middle there. And down here, we finally got our loyalty under control. But they've maxed out their buildings, so there's that. Can we build more food for the province, is the question. Let's get another brickwork in the hopes of getting stone in the center. And over there, we're building that there. Okay, perfect. We have a lot of buildings to build here. Man, stud pops up all the time. It's only 5 food. It's kind of a weak pick if you're concerned about the number of, you know, your efficiency per slot. Because there's hundreds of buildings you can get. Ooh, a courthouse. Revolt risk decreased. Well, that's okay, but the decadence reduction is good. It cost us culture? Huh. That's an interesting... So we lose 4 decadence, but we also lose 7 culture. I don't think that's a good trade-off. Especially because our decadence isn't that high. We have other decadence reduction buildings already. Although decadence is boosted, so it's not... It could be more than 4 decadence. Either way, we're going to take the green troop training building. Get more of those red buildings out there. Don't want a stables. An orchard gives a lot of food. It's anything better than the stupid stud. 5 food. And horses we don't need. Let's do that. And Latium itself has another slot available. Ooh, the Palace Library. Gives a lot of culture. Holy moly. Legacy increased. Yes, please. Wait a minute. Did that say faction-wide culture bonus? Yeah. National Wonder. We like seeing those pop up. Anything that's tier 3, you got to take a look at it because it's pretty powerful. If we had tools nearby, we would get a 20 food bonus. That's a big bonus. But the loyalty penalty of plantations is huge. It produces grain, but we can get grain in a way that's less painful. Food bonus percentage-wise, and then our health bonus is actually pretty high. But even so, 17 turns to grow. Yeah, the aqueduct is going to be my choice for that building there. Growth in 10 turns. Salt mine doesn't give much food, but at least it gives us some salt. Brickwork is a very efficient form of an infrastructure building. I mean, upkeep obviously is 0, but 11 infrastructure for 1 slot. It's hard to say no to that. Training ground, we do want that, but we also want a farm. We've only got 10 people. We got to prioritize the farm. We'll get the training ground later. Over here, it's got 15 people, and we're going to want to make sure they stay loyal, but the culture... Garum shop gives food and money. How are they on no growth? Because there's, you know, no food. But the health bonus is 13. Shepherd's house. Even less food than normal. Well, that's another one of those that's 5. 6%. Guess the manpower too. Let's take that. Over here. This is our area that we want to have a lot. Oh, hang on. Needs salt. Salt mine. Okay. This is our other trade hub in the north. So we want this one to have a lot of trade goods. Meanwhile, wild beasts. Okay. Crafter district. What was this one here? Preceptor house. Science building. Let's get a science building. I like everything to have at least one science building. All right, that's it. Wow, that was a lot of buildings to update that turn. We should be good for a bit now. Next session, I think we're going to go after these areas that the Aedui have. Aedui? I think with only 2 eyes. Crap, we are sliding down the culture and decadence ranking. We're going to need more culture-generating buildings, or we're going to fall into a decadent empire, and that'll be terrible. They want more peace. But for some reason, they still think that their war score is very tiny. It's broken. Okay, this is what I was hoping for in these empires over here. A palisade will help defend these areas if we get counterattacked. And does it also increase the garrison? No, it just has siege resistance 1. Is there something that tells you... Yeah, defensiveness. Garrison units 9. I think that's based on the number of population. Oh, did I forget to have these guys build public works? There we go. Should have done that a bit ago. Then they can come over here and do it there too. Alright, we need... Ooh, a granary. We have grain. That's very tempting, but I also need the regional roads. Commerce bonus. Ah. Let's take the granary. It's too good. The population's too low for this. We need a lot more buildings there. Over here, large farm produces grain And it adds an extra 6 food without significant increases. Well, it increases the upkeep, but we'll focus on another building. Like, how about lumber here? There's some extra infrastructure to offset what we just made there. Public baths. A pleasure mansion. Ooh, a shipyard. Having a secondary shipyard... Oh, it produces sails. We can't get sails from anywhere. This is pretty valuable. And it would be good, because I think the only other place we can produce warships is down here. I don't think we have another shipyard anywhere else. So in the center here... Clannis and Campania. We actually don't have stone nearby any... Oh, right here. Okay, so this is a stone producing area. And this is a stone producing area, which means if we produce stone here, it only helps these two as bonus areas. So probably not great. Let's get an archery training. It doesn't stack with the rest of the provinces, I don't think. Now, what's this? Trading tents. Just gives a bunch of money. Gladiator School is a big loyalty booster for some decadence. Yeah, let's get the health boost here because we are very slow to grow in this area. We need a lot more of a health percent. That's a percent discount directly off the food. You can see how much food is being reduced there. The cost is huge with the health bonuses. South probably could use a little bit more of this. Copper works. Just builds metal. No. I like this expert stonecutter when it's got the marble. That's really good. We don't need the loyalty right now, so yes. In the boot here, we have no stone. Ooh, courthouse is green. Decadence reduction. Why was the courthouse bad in the other one? This is just good. Maybe it was a higher version of the courthouse or something that we weren't looking at. Oh, yes, land expansion. Fantastic. More slots. And north of Rome, more land expansion. Or a tar workshop. We can import that from Venetia, but something else needed tar. Let's do land expansion. Wait a minute. What was that? Military store. Reduction in manpower cost by 20%. What does it mean, conditional? Stores will help speed up better organized recruits while large. Reduction in manpower cost. So the manpower cost of raising troops goes down. That's pretty great. Let's take that. We need more red buildings. We know we need more red buildings. We're at 3.49, slowly creeping a little bit closer to 4. There was unrest over here, which is unfortunate. Wow, it just keeps picking these areas over there. I wouldn't mind areas in the north here. That's great. But maybe we can talk to these guys about relinquishing that objective. Both of those, yeah. We'll give it to you. What are you going to give to me? A peace treaty. Oh, I'm at war with them. I didn't realize that. Because Masania is at war with them. Massalia, rather. I do wonder, if I go over into Massalia, bring my forces over, and attack their enemy, do I get the regions? Do I have to then gift them to Massalia? Maybe. Hello, auto-rotate. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on those Hearts of Iron tutorials. I was very happy with how they came out. It turns out, the more time you spend on something, the better it turns out. The more effort you put in, the better the quality. I haven't done any... Well, I guess the Cataclysm video that I did recently for a board game called Cataclysm, a World War II war game, that I also put a lot of time in. Probably the same amount of time as I did with those tutorials for Hearts of Iron. Those are passion projects when I get really into a specific game. Raise loyalty or quell unrests. Nah. Don't really care about that. All right. So we are basically going to call it here. We're at turn 110. And things are looking good. Although we are slowly slipping down. We're now rank 18. If we fall below 25, we're going to stop gaining progress tokens. And if we fall below whatever it is, I don't know, 45 or something, then we're going to start aging. Which is just going to be bad. Status age penalty is 320. So that's a multiplier of this here. That's interesting because it's not a perfect multiplier. I don't know exactly how the status age penalty works. I know it's based on the fact that we're a glorious whatever, right? Glorious nation gives you that. It doesn't say here, which is kind of annoying. But I know that the rulebook said, and as soon as we changed to a glorious empire, you could see that status age penalty went from 0 to whatever it's at now. And it goes up as our government age goes up. And we can only reduce that by a decision that reduces it by a third, which is not a lot necessarily. Our money's overflowing. Our loyalty's okay. I do like this thing in the sort of trend in the last couple of turns. It makes you makes it really easy to tell. Okay, so we're going to call it there, people. Thank you for watching. We'll be back on tomorrow around the same time, 10:30 Eastern Time. Have a good one.